Dancers, welcome to your Fit Challenge. That's right, this is going to be a challenge, and this is week 1 of 4 weeks, okay? So each week you're going to progress on the different fit challenges and exercises that I give you. So this is week 1 where you're going to get 10 different exercises. And for the most part, you're going to be doing these exercises for 60 seconds each. So if you feel like you want to challenge yourself even more, you can always add on more time. If you want to challenge yourself and do it for 90 seconds or 120 seconds, I fully support that, okay? All right, let's get started. Your first move is a plank. So you're going to line up into a push-up position, feet a little bit apart from you, hands directly underneath your shoulders. Hands are nice and strong. Your focus comes just in front of you a little bit. Engage your core, squeeze your glutes, squeeze all the muscles in your legs, reach your heels back behind you, and you're gonna hold it here for 60 seconds. Make sure you don't arch your back, you don't lift your bottom. You're nice and strong, one straight line from the top of your head back to your heels. Hold it here, 60 seconds. Okay. Move number 2, you're gonna take that plank position that you started in from the first move, and you're gonna shift your weight back so that you're on the inside and outside of your feet, and you're gonna reach that arm up to the sky and make sure that there's no dip here, but you're nice and strong and lifted, squeeze. Now you're gonna hold one side for 30 seconds, and then you're gonna shift through your plank to the other side, holding each side for 30 seconds. And if you want that challenge, set your timer and you can hold each side for 60 seconds. Okay, all right. The third move is a burpee. So you're gonna start feet apart, hands, knees bend, hands come right down to that same plank position. Then you jump your feet back, feet together, and you're in that strong plank position. Then you jump your feet apart and lift your hands up high over your head. So it goes down, back, legs, hands, down, back, legs, hands. And those are your burpees. So you're gonna see how many you can do in 60 seconds. You're gonna track how many you can accomplish. Now, I don't want you to go so super fast that your form isn't good, but challenge yourself. I'll show you 3 in a row. Here we go. So that's about as fast as I can go by keeping that good form, which is most important. Okay, dancers, your fourth move is calf raises. Your feet are parallel underneath your hips. That means parallel, your toes are facing forward and your heels are directly behind your toes. So no peeking those heels, directly behind your toes. Your core is engaged, your shoulders, everything is stacked in line. Calf raises means you're gonna lift your heels as high off the ground as you can. So if I were to come sideways, I'm lifting my heels as high off the ground as I can, and then you put them back down and up and down. If you want an extra challenge, lift those heels as high off the ground as you can, and then when you lower, don't let them hit the ground. Up and don't let them hit, up and you pop right back up. That's an extra challenge. So in parallel position, you're gonna see how many calf raises with straight legs, engage your muscles, core is tight. How many can you do in 60 seconds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you count and then you track it. Okay, for our fifth move, you're gonna come back down to your mat or the grass into that plank position that we did before, okay? Nice and strong. Now you're gonna alternate your knees coming in with a contraction. Contraction means you're gonna engage your core and round your upper back. At the same time, you're gonna bring in your knee to your chest and back to plank. Contract, alternating legs, right and left. Okay, so for the sixth move, we're gonna go back to that plank position, and this time we're gonna move into a down dog. So this is down dog. Legs are straight and head is between your arms, and then you're gonna reach opposite arm to opposite leg, back to plank position, and then switching arms and legs, alternating right and left, strong plank positions, okay? Now, For the 5th and 6th move, you're not counting how many reps you do. You're using a nice controlled movement through that plank position, and you're doing it for 60 seconds. Okay, move 7, we're going back to that plank position. We're getting really solid on that in week 1. And we're gonna do some mountain climbers. You've probably done these before. And this one, you are gonna count to see how many you can do. I just wanna make sure that you're holding that strong plank position. So, show it to me. And then this is similar to the contraction knee in, except this one's not gonna include a contraction. It's just knees in, alternating right and left. And you're gonna count every time you bring that knee in, how many you do. So it would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah? And you're gonna go time yourself for 60 seconds and then write down that number. Okay, dancers, this next move, you are on your feet and we're gonna do some squat jumps and sautés. So we're gonna start feet underneath yourself because I want you to find your natural turnout. So when you're standing underneath yourself and you just naturally turn your toes out, how far do they go naturally? That's your first position. Now we're gonna step our feet apart nice and wide to second position. So far that when you bend your knees, they're directly in line with your heels. You never want your knees to bend and go over your toes. Also, when you do that plie, you wanna pretend that your wall is against, or your back is against the wall, okay? Now, arms are out in second. The move looks like this. Plie, rise, plie, jump. When you jump, I want your legs straight and your toes pointed in the air, okay? Hold those arms nice and strong. 1 rep, down, up, down, sauté, down. This is 2 reps. Now, this is 3, okay? You're gonna time yourself, but the form is most important, yeah? Down, up, down. 1, 2, 3. Now don't cheat that plie. All right, see how many you can do in 60 seconds and track it. Okay, go ahead and join me down on your hands and knees. We're gonna start just like that. I'm gonna show you to the side so you can see. My hands directly underneath my shoulders, just like that plank position, but now this time my knees are directly underneath my hips, okay? Now, we're gonna lift that leg up to the side, and here we're gonna say hi to my Kaya. Kaya, oh, you're a good girl. Yes, I know. Okay, we're gonna lift our leg up to the side and squeeze our oblique, okay, in a 90-degree angle. We go up to the side, and then we extend that leg up to the back. I wanna make sure that you can see. We lift the knee, we squeeze the hamstring, we squeeze the glute, and the toe comes up to the ceiling, yeah, or up to the sky. So it goes out to the side, up to the sky. And we want to keep the torso nice and still. One more time, it goes up and down, up and down. No need to count your reps. I want you to take your time and keep your torso nice and still by squeezing your core. You're gonna do 30 seconds with one leg, and then you simply switch to the other leg for 30 seconds. And you know the deal. If you want to challenge, 60 seconds each leg. Go ahead. All right, dancers, you've done it. This is your 10th and final move of week 1. It's passe to arabesque. So what does that look like? You're going to stand balancing on one leg, lifting the opposite leg, toe to your knee, pointed toe. So nothing like this. Point your toe. Okay, this is your passe. Your arabesque is here, legs straight behind you, okay? Now for this exercise, we're gonna actually come to passe, arms are in, and you're gonna contract your body. And then you're gonna bring your arms down and out as your leg extends, and arms are gonna come up to a V and stretch that leg behind you. So there's a slight contraction, the same thing we did when we brought that knee to our chest. Yeah, in that first move when we were down on the ground, that contraction, now we're just doing it standing in balance. So toe to your knee, contract, extend, arabesque. Toe to knee, extend, arabesque. Now, there's no need to count how many reps you do because I want you to be slow and controlled. You're gonna do 30 seconds on one side and then 30 seconds on the other. You can absolutely keep this leg bent and in plie the entire time. 30 seconds each side, and if you wanna challenge yourself, 60 seconds each side. Track it. All right, dancers, so that's it. You've got your tracker, and if you need to, check out the video on how to complete your tracker. Go ahead and do those 10 moves. I like to turn on some music to keep me going, but make sure you have a timer to time yourself for those 60 seconds. Most importantly, track it that you did it, track how it felt, and if there's a certain amount of repetitions, track how many repetitions you did, and if you added time, track that too. All right, you got it. You're gonna do these moves for 4 days this week. I highly recommend Monday through Thursday, because why put off till tomorrow what you can do today? And if something happens, if life comes up and you have to skip a day, you've got 3 more days to get it done. All right, see you in week 2.